Well, hello, good evening, Cinema Satsang viewers. How are you doing? Long time no see. It's difficult to imagine you all without you all actually being there because I have been a teacher most of my life. I have been studying and teaching filmmaking since the past 2 decades. So I always had students in front of me. And so, yeah, but now I have to use my imagination, which is a very good thing because it's very important for a filmmaker to use his or her imagination. So today I'm going to do a short review, a quick review of Churuli, Malayalam film Churuli. Yes, by LJP, if we can call him that, and the director of Jallikattu, which was India's entry to the Oscars last year, not this year. This year, a Tamil film has been selected, and last year, a Malayalam film had been selected. And this year, the in the jury, it was the head of the jury was, I think, Shaji Karun. So he's a Malayali, great filmmaker, Piravi. Anyways, so Churuli is a fascinating film, bizarre, and just like Jallikattu, and LJP would like to call it a part of a trilogy. I had seen his interview with the Imayu, Jallikattu, and this one, Churuli. Why? I would say because it speaks about the human nature, the human condition, and what human beings are capable of. So let's talk about the theme, the plot, the story. Well, the story is two cops, undercover cops, come in search of a criminal in a god-forsaken place called Churuli. Now, where is this? And this is a dense forest, and where reaching there is very difficult. They pass through a precarious bridge, and it's they are almost falling down. So these two undercover cops come in search of a criminal, and over here in this land, everything is dodgy, everything is bizarre, everything is dense. These are forests full of mists, very mysterious locations with mysterious people, and most of them living here are crooks. Earlier, they think they are simple folk when they greet them, but then they show their true colors. And as soon as one of the cops tried to become friendly, they said, why the hell are you, pestering me? Come on, let's go. So these are like runaways. They are fugitives from the law. That is why they are staying in this god-forsaken place. And also there are a lot of mysterious happenings around here. There supernatural elements are there, as the one of the cops called Shajiva discovers it slowly and gradually, that there are mysterious things happening. Creatures are coming out in the night, with lights on their heads. And in one scene, in one bizarre scene, a grandmother chases Shajiva with an axe. So all these bizarre things are happening, spiraling staircases and maze. There is a maze, and I'm getting lost in the maze. And in fact, I said that, it looks like a mosquito coil, but I said, how can I say it? But in one of the shots of the film, they actually show a mosquito coil. These guys, they come in search of this criminal, and they get lost in this maze, they get lost in this jungle. And this film is inspired from a folk tale, from a short story, from a folk tale in which a monk goes in search of a kind of a Satan, and then on the road he finds someone, and he wants a lift kind of a thing, and he lifts him on the head, and then that person, that creature, makes him forget his ways. That creature tells him turn left, he turns left. That creature tells him turn right. So the story goes that he gets lost forever in the jungle. So what happens? The symbolism is that these two guys come here, they drink, They make merry, and they are even allowed to kill if they want, and then they get lost. Are they able to catch the criminal or not? That's the story. Now they are like, you can call it biblical references. This philosophy, the theme which I got is that it sounds familiar, right? We are all here on this earth for a purpose, and while going through our existence, we get lost, isn't it? So that's the kind of a and what all human beings are capable of. What is human nature? They can become the worst of the worst. As Shajiva discovers, the criminal whom they have come to catch has a history of, molesting boys. And in the film, they show Shajiva. They don't show actually. Shajiva is supposed to have molested a boy even. So they turn into monsters themselves. And it reminds me of a series called Stranger Things on Netflix, in which um, one effect of one creature can make the other a monster as well, as one zombie can make other zombies, kind of a thing. So this whole forest is invested with such creatures. We come to know that later in the film, later towards the climax. The main reason why I'm doing this review today is because of the fantastic climax, the surreal climax, the mind blowing climax, which takes you beyond. That's a historic moment in filmmaking, the climax, the last 5 minutes. The whole film is worth a watch. It's intriguing, it's suspenseful, with fantastic locations and everything. And the crew must be very fit to shoot in such God-forsaken places. But the real crux of this film is the bloody climax. So first, let me give you a little background. So finally, they reach the culprit, and they say that we are going to present to you in the court tomorrow morning. Whatever happens, we are going to present to you. And the whole village follows them, and they said, you cannot take him. You'll not be allowed to take him. Whom do you think you are? And then a gunshot is fired, a year is gone, and they close their eyes and they open it again, and but the criminal Sobin said, they've come from so far, you know let them take me, no problem. And earlier he tells him that I have been framed, it's not like that, and I'm lying in a paralytic condition, but okay, if you want to take me, take me. So then they go through dense forests, and then Sobin Sahir tells them the story of the monk who got lost. And then he tells him, what if my paralysis is cured and I get up? And then said, don't talk. He said, don't talk crap. And then something happens, which is the best part of the film. It's the creme de la creme, the cream of the cream. I was reading a new book by Murakami yesterday, and I came across this term, French term, creme de la creme, the cream of the cream. So this scene, the last scene, is the cream of the film, the cream of the cream. Let's just try and watch it a little. The jeep is going in the forest, and the light comes. It's the moon, and you're reminded of George Miles' The Trip on the Moon, made in and then the laws of gravity is defied. A Stanley Kubrick 2001 Space Odyssey moment. The cello music starts and the jeep is flying in the air. And the laws of gravity are gone. Something magical. That's the image. of George Miles, A Trip on the Moon, 1912, I think, and they disappear into the moon with the wonderful cello music. So they get transformed as if from hell to heaven. But I have a question for LJP, that this transition from, say, see, these films are open to interpretation, as he himself says. It is not a there's not a fixed. Each person can interpret the film in his or her own way, can get something out of the film. So, apart from this being a very magical, surrealistic, beautiful sequence, and one of the best sequences, the endings I've seen in recent times, it really transforms you. There is so much happening in reality these days. There is so much of pathos in reality that you need an escape. Now, this escape is not of the mundane kind. It is something which is ethereal. Like there was one film called Super Deluxe, a Tamil film a few years back, and it had a fantastic. The film was very interesting, very entertaining, very exciting, but the ending had a brilliant. The last 15-20 minutes was surreal, and it took the film to another level. So Churuli is again in that space, that especially the ending. And the question I had for LJP is, what about the transition, that if these characters are going into this dream magical world, and what about their karma, what they have already done, and from here to here there is a transition, the bridge. What about the middle? How do you reach there? So, cinema satsang viewers, if you understood the question, if I'm able to explain the question, please write in answers in your comment section and tell me what you understood. um, if you can answer that, what about the transition and your understanding of the film, your understanding of the characters. And so this is why I'm reviewing the film. I got to review the film because of the ending. And as LJP says, that he shoots films very fast in 20-25 days because he wants to see his vision on the screen very fast. And maybe he wanted to see this end very fast. So I just stopped it just before it ended. And I don't know whether you'll be able to use it. My editor will be able to use it or not. But watch the film, watch the ending. It's a very good watch, very intriguing. Forget about the philosophy and forget about the theme and everything. Just enjoy the film. It's enjoyable. It's a very good one-time watch. It's exciting, it's intriguing, it's bizarre, and it's fun. And it has some great music, background score, great locations, great camera work, and some very good actors. The actors all are like nature. They get molded into the film, and they are just like nature in the film. And Sobin Sahir is there, very small role, and the Nayatu actor is there, very very small role. But the others also do a commendable job. Yes, Churuli, and I'm looking forward to the new Malayalam release, superhero film on 24th, I think. By it has Tovino Thomas. I'm looking forward to that and continuing my lovely interactions with Malayalam film lovers. Thank you. And as you know, we have a film school, Cinema Satsang Online Film School. As I told you, I have been teaching filmmaking from the last 2 decades. So if you want to join Cinema Satsang Online Film School, or if you have any friends or relatives or who are interested, we teach all filmmaking courses and even acting. And acting is not just, to become a superstar or something, but it also helps you grow in confidence, and you know you improve a lot of other things. If you learn acting, you develop your entire personality. But apart from that, we have all the other courses, sound editing. Apart from hardcore cinematography, we teach everything. But we teach cinematography in the form of a course called digital aesthetics, the new age cinematography. And there are practicals as well. Don't think that if it's an online thing, then there won't be any practicals. So you can WhatsApp us on the number given below in the description, or you could mail us and connect with us. And we have lots of, it's very economical combo courses are also there, lots of things coming up. So enjoy Churuli. Bye. See you soon.